Hello dear friends, welcome all of you to one more session. Let's discuss today the carbohydrates in general. Watch till the end for complete understanding of the topic. The carbohydrates constitute one of the important natural products. They contain carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. The carbohydrates are regarded as hydrates of carbon because they contain the H2O along with carbon. The general formula of carbohydrates is CH2O taken n times or CnH2O taken n times. For example, if we see the formula of glucose, it is C6H12. Let's see the definition of carbohydrates. The carbohydrates are defined as optically active polyhydroxy aldehydes or ketones. The importance of this is they are optically active. Optical activity means if a carbon is surrounded by 4 different groups, that carbon is said to be optically active. If a carbon is active in a molecule, that molecule is said to be chiral molecule or asymmetric molecule. If it is chiral, then it exhibits optical activity by rotating the plane polarized light either towards the right side or towards the left side. That is optical activity. And in the definition we also have seen that the carbohydrates are polyhydroxy. Polyhydroxy means many hydroxyl groups, many OH groups are present. That's why it is called as polyhydroxy. And they are also known as aldoses or ketoses. The carbohydrates can be mainly divided into aldoses or ketoses depending on the type of functional group. If they contain CHO or aldehyde as functional group, they are called as aldoses. If they contain C double bond O or ketone group as functional group, they are said to be ketoses. Both of them can be divided based on the number of carbons like aldotriose, aldotetrose, aldopentose, etc. Likewise, ketoses, they can be divided into ketotriose, ketotetrose, ketopentose, ketohexose, etc. Let's see the definition once again. The carbohydrates are defined as optically active polyhydroxy aldoses or ketoses. Hope the definition is very clear now. These carbohydrates are very widely distributed in both plants and animals. The important carbohydrates in plants are starch, cellulose, hemicelluloses, inulin, etc. Starch is storage polysaccharide. Cellulose and hemicelluloses, they constitute for the strength of the cell, and inulin is also the storage polysaccharide. Then the important carbohydrates in animals are glycogen in liver and muscle, because the liver and muscle, they store the glucose in the form of glycogen, which is used during starvation. Another important carbohydrate is glucose. It is very essential to maintain correct level of glucose in blood. The normal range of blood glucose is 115 to 125 milligrams per deciliter, and usually it should be below 140 mg per deciliter in the blood. Glucose is very essential because all the diet we consume, the carbohydrates are mainly converted at the end after digestion into glucose. That glucose, it is supplied to each and every cell through the blood. Then another important carbohydrate is galactose. Galactose is also known as the brain sugar, and it is very essential for the formation of glycolipids which contain galactose, and it is also required for myelin sheath formation in the nerve cells. For these reasons, galactose is known as brain sugar. Another important carbohydrate is chitin, which is a component in the cartilage or bone. And heparin is very essential, which is present in the blood. In the blood, it acts as anticoagulant, preventing the blood clotting, thereby preventing heart attacks. Let us see the nomenclature of carbohydrates. These carbohydrates are named by keeping the suffix os, ose, to the source from which it is derived. For example, if we see the lactose, lactis in Latin means milk. As it is derived from lactis, it is called lactose. Likewise, maltose. Maltose is derived from malt. That is why it is called as maltose. Before you leave, stay on this slide for a moment, answer these important questions, and write your answers in the comment box. Do share your doubts also in the comment box. Yes, dear friends, this is all about the introduction to carbohydrates. We will study further in detail in the next session. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Write your answers in the comment box.